My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. I'm the daughter of King Edward VIII and Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, who was queen in 1936 and should have remained. My father was taken down with character assassination and lies, illegal takedown, and there was an addendum that made me, and it was legal, queen the day I was born in 1939. Here's my Uncle George, if I can find what I did with this picture here, with Roosevelt and his wife and supposedly the Queen Mom, Elizabeth's mom, who she's illegal. And this is Mrs. Roosevelt and George the Sixth illegal. They helped take down my father, Edward the Eighth. He never married this American spy whore. She married a double. There were doubles and imposters used. And they're still using the same lies today, and this woman has always known that she's illegal. She's part of the global government, the Illuminati. They helped kidnap me and take down my dad, my mom. She knows the whole truth, and she spent my money and the Brits. She sold out the Brits. There's illegal treaties that allowed the United States to come in and invade and take down my father with the help of some of my own, Churchill and I'm not going to go further. I put it up. This is George O'Keefe, my aunt. Okay, her sister Claudia Ruth was Queen of England. Married, they remained married, my father and mother, until, well, they were always married. They were still alive in October the 20th of 86 when I came to Roanoke. And I was the legal Queen of England, Victoria II, the minute I was born. Kennedy was appointed Caroline's father by Roosevelt. It was all planned. Appointed ambassador to England, 36 till they kicked him out in 46. How timingly. I was kidnapped, and JFK helped in it, the Illuminati, at age 2, so that would have been 41, and brought here. And believe me, these people did not dress like this. They didn't have cars. You notice they didn't show the home, just the corner of it. But anyway, this is me in the middle. This was George Washington. I'm not going to say his last name. If you get into all this, the mother of the twins, they gave me the name of a twin when they kidnapped me and brought me there in 1941. Did I say 42? 41. I was born in 39. They gave me the name of a dead twin. Lina, this woman on the end, had had twins out of wedlock. She killed Carl about January. It was winter, and there was no autopsy or no doctor. In 38, they brought me there, and Peggy, the real Peggy, was killed a week or 2 weeks prior to me being dropped off there. Kennedy, her father, helped. This man has been guilty of every crime her father in the book, and look how history looks at him. They took my father, a great man, with integrity. He wouldn't follow the Illuminati. He remained true to his country, which he should have done, and I wouldn't change it. I'm sorry that he and my mom and my countrymen had to go through the pain, and sorry that my sons, Mark and Scott, who are heirs after me, have gone through, and me, the pain and suffering. Now, if I can get this up. So this photo was made in 1943. That's about right. So I would have been here about 4 years old. I didn't look it. Anyway, you can see the difference of her brother, John came up on the Appalachian Trail, and that can be dated. I've put it up, the timing, and I'd slept in the cold and freezing and starved. He and his cousin, who is the son of Bouvier, Jackie's sister, well, they come up there and said they wanted to come and see how they'd made me live. So JFK Jr. knew. They've all known. Members of my family have all known the truth. Some have tried to help. The rest of them have done just like her. Now then, I've gone a long way around telling this. I do want to show one other if I can here. This is Roosevelt, Mrs. Roosevelt. married to Franklin. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, they're Jews. The Kennedy, the global government, my own uncle, who's a Windsor, and Elizabeth. So now then, here it is. This is 1941, the year I was kidnapped. It says that, yeah, right here. Political enemies, it says there, the hell they were, met. They're congratulating each other on my kidnapping. I'd been kidnapped successfully and totally gotten out of the way along with my mom and dad. So now then, I ran in a political campaign, and isn't it something, and I don't know if Mr. Flint's still okay. I know 2 of his children died in car wrecks, etc. He helped me in a campaign in 83. And he says I know who's responsible for his shooting in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And I was doing a book about mind control and shootings and programming and all that back then. And man, I almost got killed. But anyway, isn't it something that a porn magazine, Hustler magazine, is for freedom of speech? And I've been shut up. And now I'm going to go to this. Last night I watched, you don't hear a word about my mom, the American Queen. You don't hear about my father and all this unlawful. And part of my own people did it. Churchill was a friend of Roosevelt's, even had a place, President Roosevelt. Eisenhower, who became president, and then Truman. And, of course, the Kennedy became president. So Churchill was friends. So he burned the Windsor files. And you had some of my own people that were in on this, obviously, and have covered it up all these years. Now, I want to go to Meghan Markle and the fact that you don't hear a word about me other than things that are lies you might hear. How nuts I am running around saying I'm a Queen of England and telling about mind control and things that if it's told tomorrow, the truth, you'd switch gears. But I've had so much done to me and my family, and I've found out what people are really like. But anyway, you don't hear about my mom. The Queen of England was born in Madison, Wisconsin. She was married to Edward VIII. They had a daughter who's Queen Victoria II, kidnapped and brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a dead twin. And you don't hear anything about her. But you hear about Grace Kelly, the movie actress that married Prince Rainier of Monaco. And nothing against Grace Kelly. I think she's beautiful. I also know that my mom was a beautiful, nice person, a school teacher, married to I'm trying to get this all up, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. Now then, I had nothing against Meghan Markle. Only they're illegitimate. The twins where they put me were born out of birth, and their mother and that family covered it up when Carl was killed. And then so this was planned. Peggy was killed about a week or 2 weeks before they put me there. They fed her to the pigs, and that's true. That's how they killed her. So, I don't know what else to put up. Meghan Markle, they're telling about, I had so many things done to me my entire life that if they spread it out and told the truth about it, it is so horrific that I'd like to see it done and see how people react to it. The press is finally made to tell it. I don't know, because last night, what's her name, King, she's a close friend to Oprah. She's on CBS in the morning. Co-host. She was up at 10 o'clock on CBS, and some of the others have run specials, I believe, about Meghan Markle. And they're giving her a build-up. That's all illegal. She's not an American princess, and that's what they're called that last night, and that's what they're naming her. Can you imagine if the truth is finally told and you're faced to see what was done to me and my children personally here over the years of horror stories while I begged you all and what you all did to me? And then you show this girl that's come out of, she's a movie actress. She's broken all the rules, and everybody loves her. Whereas they took my father down with lies, character assassination. He didn't marry Wallace Simpson. A double did. Are you getting this? And Meghan Markle is made out to be this world hero now. She's given to charities, or they have. I mean, I don't think she's got the money. She was married prior. So she did go to college. I didn't. I was busy taking Carolina Dempsey and waiting tables and going to school and walking back to forth and working 40 hours a week or more and walk home at night at 11:30 to her hell, and then get up the next morning and go to school, walk to school and to work to back to fall into her hands again. Abusive doesn't even cover it. But where am I going from this? I don't know. It would be nice, and I want to, if I can get this up. And you can call me any name because you have. I don't like it, but I can't do anything about it because it's lies. I'm a decent human being who cared about people, and I didn't find out about my kidnapping until 1983 in the campaign. The Brits told me, and the Germans. Uh, what if the truth? Wouldn't it be funny if it would? Well, I don't know, so I'm not going to say anything. It were finally told. The press, how they've hit it, and what you've done, and I'm treated like garbage here in this country, like a criminal. The crimes that are done, I don't even know where my children are. Mark and Scott are heirs after me, not William and Harry. They should be locked up, and Harry's not even Charles's son, I don't think. So anyway, but Charles and his mom, they're illegal lineage. They should be locked up. They're war criminals. Now then, what if the press finally tells, I don't know, Meghan Markle may get married in Windsor Castle? Isn't this something? You got the Queen of England over here. My mom was an American. She was queen. You don't mention her, or you just wiped her off the map. What if it's finally told? And, you know, Grace Kelly, American movie actress that married Prince Rainier, everybody, and I have nothing against Grace Kelly. You get my point. My mom's been deleted. My dad, the Americans moved in, kidnapped me, the Queen. So I share I'm British. I'm the Queen of England, so obviously me and my sons that's born here are citizens of Great Britain, but we would have dual citizenships. My mom was an American. So can you imagine if this were ever told? And I'm talking about the truth. The world seems gun-ho for this woman who, I don't have anything against Meghan Markle, but she's not entitled to any part of the royal family if she marries Harry. But then you got to overthrow the fake government, the monarch there, and put it back with me, the one where it belongs. But what are you going to say, people, if by some grace of God or whoever you believe in, this whole thing is laid out and you get to see what was done to me, the torture to me and my sons, my parents, and the British who have paid such a price. And now then this woman, Meghan Markle, that is, part of it is everybody's gung-ho because she's biracial. I don't know why they hate me, because they committed the crimes against me here and against some of it in England. And if I'm babbling, I'm fixing to get off. I'm a fixing to. I can't hear. I've lived in a life that's sheer hell. People hate me. I've told you about mind control, the school shootings done by programmed shooters that can be proven. I'm going to quit here. I've been called every name in the book, tortured, my sons. I hope it's laid out before the world. I pray every day. I'm going to say something in this one that makes me wonder about it. If maybe, please, that the truth is told. Meghan Markle's father did screenwriting or something for Married with Children, which is about Peggy Bundy. She played the part. And you're going to say that, oh, well, you're just picking up stuff. No, I'm not. This played into the whole messes, patterns that and if you get into it, I think your CIA does a lot in controlling Hollywood. So I'll throw that in for whatever that's worth. But the Samantha, go ahead and say this, her half sister, I believe, is named Samantha, and that certainly has a lot and to doing all this. And Megan has been married before, and she's going to go into Windsor Castle in a gown that I'm paying for. I had a learner's gown. It's the equivalent of a $5 Walmart gown. If you could get one for $5 at Walmart, you get the drift. And I lived in a garbage dump all my life. That's where they put me until I married. And I had my two sons who are heirs, and everybody's focused on the American princess is Meghan Markle. Can you imagine telling that you got the Queen of England here, you kidnapped her, that my mom is George O'Keeffe's sister? Oh my God, you wouldn't know who my mom is, Claudia Ruth, if I didn't say, and I love my aunt. I look a lot like her. And I'm going to say this, I don't think my grandparents on the O'Keeffe side would have disowned me. They were deceased when I was born. But Mary, my father's mother, she helped in the mess, I understand, that happened to him, the takedown of him. She didn't want my mom, but most of all, my mom was, quote, a commoner. Are you getting the drift here? My father didn't marry Wallace Simpson. He was torn down with lies, illegal. He had a daughter, me, that was kidnapped and brought over here by the Kennedys, who everybody loved, who helped kill Marilyn Monroe, and you name it, a whole list. So I guess that's it for today, and I pray that this is the beginning, not the end, and the truth will be told, and you get to see how people wonder if some of the people that I finished high school or worked with over the years, or that I tried to tell about all this, mind control and all that. Had a letter from the FBI, Larry Flint was shot and all this. I'd like to see, they made me a beggar and a pauper and tortured me. It would be interesting if I ever make it, if a microphone were stuck up in their face. They're making out Meghan Markle, who did go to college. Oh, everybody's gone, oh, she's a beautiful lady, she's this. I don't know. I don't know her, but I know she's not in any legal sense supposed to be part of the royal family. She's not married into it. She's married into a bunch that need locked up for war crimes. Wouldn't it be interesting to see a lady, me, who's walked through hell and had every crime committed against me and my children, and knowing that I had a beautiful father who's so defamed, and my mother, the Queen of England's not even mentioned as Queen of England, born in America. The United States, but they're ready to gun-ho to promote Meghan Markle and go back and say she's America's princess. That's about like Diana was the people's princess when Diana, you want the truth, she used the press, she used my money, she always knew about me, and William and Harry are not heirs to anything other than going to jail like the rest of that friggin' family. Now that's the truth. Whether it's ever done, I hope it is.